Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I have a reading for you today and I'm going to be taking a look at the energies at play during the week ahead. All my readings are timeless, so whenever you find it, whenever you see this video, that's the right time for you to watch it, okay? I also wanted to do something different today because I just came from a very long meditation and I have been meditating for the last 2 hours, and whenever I do that, whenever I meditate, I always like to bless the earth. So I make myself a channel to channel the divine energy and send it to the earth. And at the end of the meditation, I like to use that excess energy to bless my friends, to bless my family, to bless the projects of my friends, to just share this energy with other people. And what I did today, and I will be doing every week when I do these weekly readings, is I wanted to channel this energy to everybody who is watching it. So if you are receiving this energy right now, if you're watching this video, then you are being blessed with happiness, with prosperity, with divine light. And if you want to just take a few moments, you can pause this video to just sit down and breathe and allow yourself to receive it. You can just close your eyes and just either mentally or say it out loud that you are receptive to these blessings, that you are receptive to these energies, and just allow yourself to receive it. Okay? And I'll be doing that every week just to share these blessings with everybody who is watching it. So today I have 3 groups for you. I will be changing the camera and then you can see the groups, you can pause it, you can choose which group or groups call your attention, okay, which one resonates with you, and you can choose one of them. And I will be reading the energies of this week. So what is probably going to happen, not what is going to happen, but where is your mindset right now? How are you feeling? What are the advices from your angels, from your spirit guides, okay? So, see you soon. Hi, so here I have the 3 groups for you to choose from. I have group number 1 with the frog spirit, group number 2 with the koi fish spirit, and group number 3 with the groundhog spirit. You can choose the group that has either the name or the message or the picture that calls to you, or just use your intuition and feel what is the group that is meant to you. You can pause the video as well. And I'll leave the timestamps in the description box below so you can go directly to your reading. Just a reminder that this is a general reading, so take what resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, maybe it's just not your reading this time. Hi guys! So let's start with the first group, group number 1. For those who chose the frog spirit. When I was shuffling this group, because I like to connect with the energy of the group when I'm shuffling it, and I can really feel this frog energy because it was such a light-hearted energy in this group, you know. Clear out the clutter. And all 3 groups for me, they had the same aspect of leaving something behind. I think this is something that is happening with the collective this week. Maybe, well, very probably because of the new moon in Scorpio that we just had last weekend. And people are still in this energy of what needs to be released, what needs to be let go of. And all 3 groups had that quality of letting go of something, of leaving something behind this week. But group number 1 was the lightest. It was, my heart was feeling very happy while I was shuffling. I could really feel this light-hearted energy while I was shuffling it. Because it didn't feel dreadful to leave anything behind. It didn't feel painful. Not that endings are easy. Endings are always going to be painful or sad in some way, but here the pain of leaving it behind was so small compared to the curiosity and optimism with what is coming ahead, you know? So I could really feel it while shuffling this group. So let's see. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Let me move them a bit more here. Yeah. Okay, so even though the cards are from the Emperor to the Hanged Man, I'm actually seeing this the other way around. I actually see the story being told starting on the Hanged Man, because with the Hanged Man in reverse, we avoid seeing the reality of things, you know. When the Hanged Man is not in reverse, when the Hanged Man is like this, then the universe asks us to accept things as they are. It's a self-imposed karma. The Hanged Man is that agreement that we make with our higher soul before we incarnate, that okay, I'm gonna go through that. Okay, I get it. I'm just gonna go through it. And when the Hanged Man is in the reverse, we keep denying to accept things as they are. We keep trying to control things, to change things, to maybe manipulate the situation or those around us, not in an evil way, you know, not in a conscious way even. It's just that we are so attached to the outcome that we believe should be, that we keep living either in the past, in the future, anywhere but the present, you know. So we avoid being here and now. We want things to be as we think they are supposed to be, with the Hanged Man in reverse. And it can be very frustrating because it's a major arcana. You don't run away from major arcanas. Whatever is the lesson here that you need to live, you will live. You will go through it. So yeah, you can go kicking and screaming if you want, or you can just let go of the need to control everything and understand that sometimes there is pain, sometimes there is karma. And we need to know when to accept it, but we also need to know when we have had enough of it and it's time to move on. Because there's also something about pain. Sometimes pain can become very, I wouldn't say comfortable, but we can get used to it. We can get used to painful situations and stay in them for far too long. So there is also this quality of balance here with the Hanged Man in reverse. An acceptance, accepting things as they are, but also being able to let go. And this is what I think is beautiful with this group, because they do get to the let go. So after the Hanged Man in reverse, we do have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So that those needs of self-preservation, of getting so attached to the small things that we have and that we judge to be so big, they come to an end. We finally see how futile it is to fight against it, how futile it is to be kicking and screaming. And with the Ten of Swords here, we do let things just end, just die. And with the frog spirit, it's not my throat, just a second. With the frog spirit here, this, okay, I'm just gonna let it end. It doesn't come from a place of pain or I've had enough suffering or anything like that. It's more, I have more important things to do. Where I'm going, and I'm going to somewhere important, especially with the emperor here, I'm definitely going to somewhere that asks my energy, you know, that demands my whole focus and energy, and I just can't lose my time, my resources into something that I'm just trying to control out of stubbornness. So with the frog spirit here and the Ten of Swords, we just let go because of priorities. It's just, I want to travel light, and this is just too heavy right now. This is just too heavy. It's just too much effort. It's just too much energy for what? So it's a real sense of release of what doesn't need to be. It's a real sense of acceptance and release, and just clearing the mess that we self-impose, that we create ourselves, you know. Many times we just look around our lives and we see it so messy, with so many problems, so much stress. But if we actually, and sometimes they are real problems and real stresses that we can't run away from, but sometimes if we get to sit and put them all on a list and actually see what is in there, we find out that we could be risking like 5 of them out of that list, you know, because they are just there because we are self-inflicting those to ourselves. And this is what ends here. So there is this beautiful sense, this beautiful nature of release, of why am I doing this to myself? I don't need this. I don't need these kind of problems right now. So leaving these problems behind just feels so easy, just feels so light, and the heart feels so light afterwards. Because with the Four of Wands in reverse here, there is a big need of building strong foundations, you know, the foundations that we have been having since here. And this could be in any area of your life. It could be that you just found out that where you're going, or the careers that you want, you just can't stay in the job that you are anymore. Or maybe it's a relationship, or maybe it's a friendship, or maybe it's a house and you just want to move to another place, to another town that just fits better with the whole goals, with all the goals that you have for your life. And those goals, they need to be based on a strong foundation, and unfortunately this here doesn't fit that strong foundation. For that foundation to be built, for this Four of Wands to be standing instead of reversed, priorities need to be made. And the outcome is the Emperor. So I love seeing readings like this because this is such a beautiful process. It's such a beautiful process of self-discovery, of finding yourself so much stronger than you thought you were, by leaving things behind and acknowledging that they are no big deal. And having such an optimism, because with the Ten of Earth here, which is the Ten of Pentacles, there is so much more abundance, so much more prosperity, happiness, love, or whatever it is that your heart desires. There's just so much more of it afterwards. So there is this beautiful sense of optimism, of curiosity, of what is it that is to come. Okay? Let's see now your oracle cards. Yes, so this group actually got 2 knowledge cards. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I say it, and I don't cherry pick my cards, like whatever, don't even see them beforehand. So this is really a week of endings. Have faith in your dreams again. So wherever you're going, and I do feel like you have a much stronger purpose right now. You actually have a better idea of where you're going, and from knowing where you're going, you know what is it that you need to declutter from your life. You know what doesn't fit with that purpose, with those goals that you have, because those goals now they are becoming much more clear. They are so much better defined right now. And by having those goals defined, you can figure out what is it that you need to leave behind and where is it that you need to move towards too. And I also got this card for you. So it's Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And I think that this talks a lot about self-love. Also, love for others is very important, but I do feel this sense of self-love here, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. Because when we leave situations behind, when we willingly cut things out of our lives, that's out of a great self-love. We put ourselves first. What is it that I need right now? Right? What is it that suits me, that suits what I want, that suits my dreams? You put them in the first place. And yeah, by doing that, you may have to cut either people, be it family, be it a relationship, be it a friendship, be it a career path that you thought you were going to follow. But right now, the path of self-love is so much more important than just satisfying what other people expect from you. So this is a very nice reading, and I want to actually get another card for you. I'm gonna get this one. Oh, Ascension. Oh, I got 2. Let's see what you got here. So I have love. So again, love is quite important here, and Ascension. And another message that I'm getting, both with the unconditional love card and the other love card from the other oracle deck, is that maybe this reading is not only about a relationship, so maybe it's about something else that you're living in your life, but I do feel that whatever this path is, whatever is it that you're working towards to, will also bring you a lot of love. Be it with a new person that you're going to meet, or if you are already in a happy relationship, it's just a lot of love for whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're building. So it's a path, or it's a place, is a new job that is going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. So it's not just a good career, a good money, a good sense of accomplishment. It is emotional fulfilling. It's a much happier place. So yeah, that's great. I'm happy for you, group number 1, okay? So take care. See you next time. Bye bye. Okay, group number 2. Let's see if you chose the Koi Fish Spirit. It's such a beautiful card. I don't know if you can see it, but it's such a beautiful card. I really love it. And let me take a sip of my tea. Okay, so like I said to group number 1, whenever I shuffle your decks, whenever I shuffle your groups, I like to feel the energy of the group. And I have to say that this group was the saddest. When I was shuffling it, I could really feel, and now as I say it, I start feeling it again. Yeah, it's quite an overwhelming feeling of heaviness in my heart. It really feels heavy. It feels difficult. It feels painful. Um, it feels I'm done kind of feeling, but in a sad way. You know, in a very heavy, in a very low energies. It's one of those situations in which we have been putting so much energy already for so long, and we start feeling a bit unhopeful. Yeah, and I would like to talk about the message in this card because it says there is always enough with the koi fish spirit. So this spirit talks about abundance, and it asks you to remind to it tries to remind you. Yeah, I'm really losing my words here. This the energy is quite heavy. So this card tries to remind you that there is always enough for you in the universe. You know, the universe is a very abundant place, and I know that whatever it is that you're going through right now, you don't feel like that. You feel a big sense of lack of hope, of thinking that no, there's nothing better than this, there is no other way. um, yeah, just feeling this sense of loss. And something that I also said to group number one is that all three groups here, they talk about leaving something behind. I felt that in all the groups while I was shuffling all of them, and also with the spirit cards, because even though I don't see my cards before I read them for you, so we are all going to see them for the first time together. But since I used the animal spirits, I could see them upwards, and they all talk about leaving something behind. They all talk about either a new beginning or an ending, you know. And I can really see that the collective is going through that this week. There is really this feeling, there is this big feeling of loss, of endings and new beginnings. But I wonder what is going on with you, group number two, that is making you have so little hope in the situation, okay? Because there is always enough. There is a lot of prosperity and abundance right there. It's just our mindset that tells us that, okay? So the Nine of Earth as the energy of the reading, I love that because it complements here the koi fish. It just reaffirmates it that there is a lot of abundance. The Nine of Pentacles is a very independent, abundant card. It's just someone who has so much prosperity. There's nothing missing in their lives at that moment. Doesn't matter how we feel about it. And also in this card, I find it interesting because it's very different from the one from the Rider-Waite. I don't know if you can see from there, but she has a mask. She has the Nine Pentacles around her, but she's wearing a mask. The one in the Rider-Waite, you just see the woman and she's standing on her garden, at her garden, and she just looks so happy and so with so much prosperity and abundance. But here she wears this mask covering her eyes. She can see through the mask, but it's still like I have this feeling of not seeing the abundance that is around us, you know, not seeing the prosperity that is around us. Standing in a beautiful garden and not being able to acknowledge it because we are so focused on what we lost. So let's see the tarot cards. So I have the Page of Wands, the Two of Swords in reverse, Judgment in reverse, Eight of Cups, yeah, and the Hierophant. Okay. Okay, group number 2. So what I see here is that I don't think that this ending was self-imposed. I think that someone imposed this ending at you. And that's why there is such a big feeling, a big sense of loss, of lack, because this wasn't your choice. You know, I feel that this choice was made for you in whatever sense it was. So either, and I don't, maybe I'm picking up the energy of someone specifically, but it also feels to me like a sense of physical loss. So I don't know if maybe you actually lost. And as I say this, I feel like crying. Um, yeah, it's very overwhelming, this reading. So I don't know if you actually lost someone, if you had someone in your family, someone who was whom you loved very much and passed away this week, and you're trying to move forward from that, because there is this big energy of, I didn't choose this and I didn't want this to happen, which is quite strong in the reading. Okay, but this is a very specific message. Of course it won't resonate with all of you, so if it doesn't resonate with you, just take what resonates. Okay, because this is a very I think this is a specific person that I'm picking up here. So just take what resonates with your situation. But whatever it is, it feels like it's one of those moments in which it's a tower moment, that it just breaks on top of us, and there isn't much choice. There isn't much we can do about it. And with the Page of Wands, I even feel like, both with the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords in reverse here, you know, when something so big happens that it takes us a moment to actually realize what is it that is going on, we don't immediately acknowledge it. Our brain kind of goes into that space of denial, of no, that's not happening. So I have this feeling of denial, a bit of denial, of not wanting to accept the situation as it is, but not out of stubbornness. And that's the thing, that's not out of stubbornness, it's not out of attachment to the situation. It's about trauma. It's just so sudden, it's so unexpected, and it's so painful that it takes a while for our brain to actually connect to what is happening, to what is going on. And this sense of not wanting to accept it, this sense of denial, it continues in the Judgment. So the Judgment in reverse, we don't want to accept it. We don't want to accept the judgment. We don't want to accept the consequences of whatever is happening. And maybe this consequence is not something that we did wrong. You know, it's not necessarily our karma. It's not that this group did something wrong that deserved to be punished with this loss. But it's just, it is how it is. It's the consequence of a series of events that just led to this moment, that just led to this place. And the Judgment in reverse here shows this big denial with accepting the situation as it is. Because it's a traumatic event. This reading feels quite traumatic. So I really want to tell you to, before I continue with the other two cards, I just really want to tell you that nurture yourself during this week. I think that with this kind of energy, it's very important to nurture yourself. You know, just be cozy and with friends and with people that you love, because it is a very traumatic energy. It is an energy that you can't just repress. Even though you need to leave it behind and move on, you need to feel it. You need to honor it. Honor whatever it is that is going on. Honor whatever ending has happened here. And just nurture this feeling. Nurture yourself. Grieve. Let yourself grieve through this instead of pushing it, instead of trying to repress it and forcing yourself to continue and no, I need to be happy. Yeah, you do need to realize eventually that there is a lot of abundance out there, that there is happiness for you, that there is something good for you. And your guides, they do want you to see that is not all loss. There is abundance, there is love, there are people who care about you. You do have a support group, you have friends, you have you have things in there that also make your life a happier place. But it's also important to grieve this process, to actually feel the pain, so that you are able to let go of it. Because with the Eight of Cups here, you will eventually. And I love that we have the Eight of Cups walking straight to the Hierophant. So whatever loss happened here, whatever is the process that you're moving from, and you will be moving from, I don't think that you are yet. Maybe some of you are already in the Eight of Cups, leaving the pain behind. But I think that a big part of you aren't yet. But yes, I digress. I got lost a bit in the energy here. So yes, not all of you are already here in the Eight of Cups, but those who are, or those who will eventually get here, because you are moving forward to the Hierophant. So you are moving to a place of greater independence and belief in yourself. And that's great, that's beautiful here. So even though that light can't really be realized right now with the situation, you will eventually move there. And once you move there, you will be stronger. You will have a greater sense of wholeness, of inner self-belief, because of going through this, because it was so hard to go through this. So I would really tell you that to grieve, leave the pain. Don't try to repress whatever pain or loss you're going through. Nurture it, because this pain is part of you right now. It is not you. It doesn't define who you are, but it's part of what's in there. And I'm getting this message that it needs to be honored so that you can move on, So feel it, embrace it, nurture it, take care of it, and then you can move on. And then you can see that there's much more out there for you, that it's not all pain, that there is actually a lot of abundance. You just can't see it yet because of the place you're at, but you will eventually get here. And I actually got two. Yes, I'm gonna start with these actually. So I got two goddess cards for you. One of them is Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and you are being answered. And Nemetona. Sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So it's interesting because both of them talk about prayers. So if you are really connecting with the divine right now to go through this, Keep doing that. Keep connecting with your guides, you know, keep praying for them, praying for your angels, pray for your spirit guides, try to connect with them, try to connect with the source of divine energy to help it nurture you. It's very important to do that. To have divine energy in you, to nurture your heart chakra, to heal it. You can ask your spirit guides to heal your heart chakra, to open it and heal it, so that you can go through this process faster. Okay? And the other two, we have the sacred fool. Softly, softly, the tender touch. So the softly, softly, the tender touch reminds me of what I said before, of really nurturing the pain, you know, embracing it, not living in it forever. You know, there's a difference. So when I say embrace the pain, is embrace the pain that you have right now, the momentary pain. Don't repress it. It's important to feel our emotions along the way, to really feel them. Feel all of it, and then let go of it. Let go of it with the sacred fool. So the sacred fool here, I really have this, especially with the two of them combined here, of leave, feel everything that you need to feel right now, and then let go of it. Okay, so yeah, I know it was a very heavy reading, group number 2. I don't know what you guys are going through, but I know you get through this, okay? I really know. So take care. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. So here's the reading for everybody who chose the group number 3 with the Groundhog spirit. Okay, so as I was talking with the other 2 groups, whenever I shuffle for you, I connect with your energy. And all 3 groups today, they had the same theme of leaving something behind. So this is a week in which the collective is really clearing out things or being forced to leave things behind. It is a week of endings and new beginnings, okay? But each group had a different energy around the same theme. And with the group number 3, it was the strongest group for me. So there was really this sense of inner strength, of standing in your power, of leaving something behind. But while group number 1 was leaving things behind very open-heartedly, and for group number 2 it was a much heavier reading, for group number 3 there is just a sense almost of duty, of doesn't matter, you know, I am who I am, I will do what I have to do, and whatever I'm living out of my life right now just makes me stronger. So it was a very strong energy. It was a very Queen of Wands, I would say. Okay, so Groundhog spirit, time to let go. Let's see what cards we have. We have the Messenger of Air, which is the Page of Swords in the regular tarot. I got some other oracle cards here for you. Let's see the tarot cards. So we have the Hermit in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. Awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at what you have here. Yes, I feel here, well, I don't know what area of your life it applies. Also, just a reminder that take what resonates with you. I don't know what is your particular situation here. This is a reading for the collective, so just see what resonates with you, what fits in with your life, and if it doesn't resonate, then maybe it's just not your reading. But here, be it either a relationship or a career or whatever it is that you left behind, I do get a strong sense of business from this reading. So it's not an emotional reading at all. It's really, it's a more practical and earthy reading. But I do see the sense of loss. So here, for instance, we start the reading with the Hermit in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. It does show that whatever it is that you lost, really put yourself in your own mind for quite some time, you know, which is normal. Whenever we come from a period of scarcity or perceived scarcity, although in this sense here I do think it was a real scarcity, we need to solve things out for ourselves for a while. So usually we go in to our hut, to our shed or our hut, and to just figure out things together, right, in our minds. So we go there, we want to tie the knots, and just spending our time saying, okay, so how can I get out of this, or where do I need to move to? Where am I coming from? And especially with the Queen of Pentacles following the Ten of Pentacles, it does give the sense of quite a big loss for me. So I don't know if the group number 3 lost a job or lost a big sum of money or something in their lives that just gave them a sense of stability, right? Because maybe it wasn't really a loss of money or of a job, but maybe a situation that helped them feel stable for a while. So if you're younger, maybe you're leaving your parents' house and you're going to the university, and although now with Corona, I don't actually know how that is working on most countries, but this feeling of leaving the place that made you feel safe, that made you feel comfortable, that just had a sense of stability, right? That stability lasted for quite some time, and losing it, feeling out of touch with what it is that we can actually trust, that make us feel grounded, give us a Hermit in reverse kind of moment. So it is a moment of feeling lost, of losing our inner light and having to find it all over again. And the interesting here is that the Hermit was the first one to appear in the reading, and then there comes the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, both in reverse. So it does give me the sense of something that was lost. We go in, we try to understand that with ourselves. Maybe we spent too much time in there, and that loss gets accentuated. Just gets bigger, just becomes more overwhelming. Either by consequences of spending too much time trying to deal with the situation, or just because that's how things are. But this is a more simple reading than the other two, I need to be honest with you. This is a very straightforward message, and the message is that whatever was that sense of loss, you are moving forward to a bigger abundance again, with the Ace of Pentacles here. So I really like to see the Nine of Swords in reverse, because it really shows that period of stress, of uncertainty and anxiety and overthinking and over worrying with the situation is coming to an end. And especially with the Page of Swords here, because the Page of Swords, he's young, is a very fresh energy. It's a mental energy, right? So it is planning, it is thinking, it is doing contacts and talking to other people, building a network. It's a very communicative, fresh, and getting to go kind of energy, and I really like it here for you. So it does show me that this messenger of air this week is leading you towards the end of this worry and just giving you, helping you have new insights of, okay, that loss did happen. I did lose my job. I did lose that relationship that was stable, that gave me a sense of stability and also probably financial stability. And I did get attached to that for a while, but well, now it's time to move on. And coming back to the groundhog spirit that I said at first, that when I was shuffling, I was really feeling this sense of strength coming from this group. So I really like to see that when you go through a challenge, you go through a big loss, you go through a big problem, but actually that only makes you stronger to go after what it is that you want next. And I can really see that with this group. So whatever happened didn't stop you for long. You know, you are regaining that sense of confidence. You know that you can handle yourself. You know that you can take care of yourself. Whatever it is that you lost here, you know that you do have the mental capacity to make it better for yourself, to start over, to have a better plan. So I really like these two cards together because they really talk about it. How can I have a better plan? How can I be rational about it, smart? How is it that I can make this work? So I see you moving forward, moving towards that this week. And that's very nice for you. Okay, so that was a short reading, a shorter one than the other groups, but yeah, this is a very straightforward message here. Let's take a look. I also got another animal spirit for you. I'm sorry. So, Nightingale spirit, love is all around. So let's take a look here. You know, even though the message is about love, I really see this Nightingale spirit with the messenger of air, of this fresher idea, you know, of this free-spirited mind that, okay, where can I go when nothing keeps me where I was anymore, where I was at? There is this big sense of freedom, of following whatever path you want to go, because the sense of groundedness that you have here, because the Pentacle cards, they are what keep us where we are. So, for instance, it's like the Taurus archetype of not wanting changes, of being very connected to your environment, to where you live, to your house, to your place, because you need that sense of groundedness, of belonging to a place. That gives a sense of safety all around us, you know. So when you lose that, when nothing ties you to the ground anymore, you are free to fly wherever you want. And love is all around. So I feel like this card here, it talks about the infinite possibilities that are all around you. Where is it that you want to go now? Because nothing keeps you at this place anymore. Whatever was tying you here to this moment is over. So what are the possibilities that you're going to create, that you're going to be creating for you right now? So let's see. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So the new moon in Capricorn for me is very connected to the Ace of Pentacles, because the new moon are always new starts, new fresh energy coming in, and Capricorn is that very achievement, status oriented, very worried about money, of financial stability, of what is it that I'm working towards to, you know, how can I be the best at what I do? And with the Ace of Pentacles here, it shows that you do have this energy right now to move towards what it is that you want to accomplish, what is your new goal? What are your new goals here? So that's very nice. And we have Sadhana, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrow. So yes, I don't think I need to say that to you because you already have such a strong energy that I felt when I was shuffling it. So I think that whoever actually came to group number 3 just wants, I don't know, a reassurance that it is true, and yeah, it is. So I feel like this group doesn't actually need a guidance like the other 2 groups. The other 2 groups, I felt like they needed more of a guidance, more of a direction. And this group is actually quite decided, like, no, I'm strong, I know where I'm going now, and I know that I can do it, and I'm just here to reassure, just to get a confirmation. But anyway, if I don't have that confirmation, I'm fine either way. You know, I do get that sense from this group, and I do feel pulled to get one card from this deck for you. Let's see. What do we get? What are we gonna get this first one? So I got the card Shadow. And the feeling that this card gives me is that sometimes we need to go through the loss. So we need to go through the shadow to actually recognize the light when we go through it. So I do see this loss here as more of a lesson, you know, more of a lesson of you need to learn what it is to be at the other side as well. You need to learn what it is to feel that you don't have anything, so that you can be more grateful and you can really recognize when you have everything. Okay? So that's all I have for you here today. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.